Next, I will introduce to you two groups, mouse and keyboard. These groups are quite simple, so I will combine them into one video for your convenience in following along. In the mouse group, there will be a click button used to click on an element on any web page. First, I will talk about an extension that is very important in the process of using automation. That is the element helper. Besides, there are coordinates too. I will also talk about that. I have pinned both of these extensions here. To interact with an element on a web page, you need to know its position. For example, if I use a mouse, I will see the cursor and then click. For automation software, it needs to know the address, the position of the element to be able to click and interact with it. There are two ways to interact and determine the position. First, using coordinates, this extension will help us determine the X and Y coordinates horizontally and vertically on the web page to click. For instance, if I move the mouse here, it will have coordinates of 1667 and 1718. Or here are 1683 and 1607. I will enter the corresponding X and Y positions here for the software to understand the coordinates needed to click. This method will help you click precisely on the coordinates you have set. However, when I change the screen size, no longer in full screen, then the corresponding X and Y will change. For example, different computers with different screen layouts will have different X and Y coordinates. Therefore, although you can click precisely on the coordinates, it will not be flexible on many computers. That's why we have another extension, which is this element helper. I will pin it here. Simply put, the element helper is like a map that helps you determine the location of that element among the myriad elements here. Suppose I want to click on a clip of this web. I will choose the element helper extension. Then I choose the element selector here. There will be three ways to determine the position. First is CSS selector, second is full XPath, and third is XPath. For details, these three methods are like ways to catch precisely. I will leave a video below in the description for you to refer to further as it is quite detailed and long. Suppose here I want to click on this clip. I will choose full XPath. Full XPath will be more comprehensive than XPath. For some dynamic websites, the XPath will change continuously, so I will use full XPath and start selecting the element. Here I will choose the title of this video. Click left mouse, it will display for you a full XPath of that element. I will use copy here and paste it into this node. Click. I will switch to selector selection because I am using full XPath. If CSS, you press here, paste CSS here, full XPath or XPath, you press here then paste the address into here and close. Then I will proceed to run. Click. After running, it will click on the video of this web. That is the node. Click. Next is the node mouse movement. This helps you move your mouse to a certain position. For this node, you must use coordinates because many positions will be blank, so there will be no XPath, full XPath, or CSS. You will use these coordinates, enter coordinates here, and you will save for your virtual mouse. It will run to the position you want. Next will be the node scroll. This node will allow you to scroll the mouse in any web. Here there will be two similar selection methods, scroll by coordinate or by selector. You can scroll to a specific position on the screen, or you can scroll to the position of an element based on XPath or CSS. Suppose here I will choose to scroll down, and the position I want to scroll to is 0 to 500 for example. Speed here, if it's set higher, it will scroll faster, but to be as close to human as possible, you just set it around 1 to 1.5. I will scroll on this website. It will scroll from 0 to 500. I set 1.5 and it will scroll to the position y equal to 500. It's that simple. Next is the keyboard part. The keyboard will have two nodes, node press key and type text. Press key allows you to press a key on the keyboard that you don't have to physically press. For example, here I have Shift, Tab, or numbers, Enter, Delete, Left, Right. You will choose to press. This is simple, so I will not describe it further. Next will be the Type Text button. This button is also quite important. It helps you to fill in text from fixed text or from variables into elements of the web page. Suppose here, type text, I will open it. First, I will choose the selector. It can be optional, because here, if I open the web and it already shows the cursor in this search item. You will not need to choose the selector again if the cursor has not clicked here. You will need to operate to click here and then choose the selector. Similar to when clicking, I will choose the XPath of XPath or CSS and I will attach the selector here. Actually, I will type right away. I will not need to click anymore. Type text. You can fill in any text here, fixed, or you can attach variables to it. Suppose here I have one or two more variables. For example, the variable I take from my data is the title of the video, for example. I will have variables here and I will attach them so it can automatically fill in its variable. If I don't have a variable, then I will write, for example, like I will write football here. Type as human. When turned on, it will perform the typing operation like a human, not copy-paste. You can turn this button on to avoid being checked by websites. Speed. You should not set too high, just around 1 to 1.5 is enough. If it's long, I can set up to 2, I will set here as 1.5. I run this type text button. Then it will type the word football on this box for me because I already have the cursor ready there. Next, I will practice the press key button. After typing football, I will press the Enter key to search. I will close and I will connect from type text to Enter. I will let it run. I will delete this old text. I will let these two buttons run. They're press Enter so it searches immediately. And here is the result. The operation is similar to human.